So pag-aralan natin dun sa ating last video presentation tungkol sa three sources of human actions, so morality of human actions na kailangan na present or good ang mga tatlong sources, the object or the action, the intention, and also the circumstances. Okay? So isa sa mga characteristics ng human acts is freedom. Dun sa acts of man, walang freedom kasi hindi mo gusto o there is no awareness or knowledge in that action. So ngayon pag-aralan natin ano bang ibig sabihin ng freedom na characteristic ng isang human act. So what is freedom? Ano ba ito? Ano ba yung kalayaan o waya-waya? Freedom is the power rooted in reason and will given by God to act or not to act, to do this or to do that, and so to perform deliberate actions on one's own responsibility. Sabi nga ni St. John Paul II, ang freedom is the power to do good. It's not the power to do evil. No? So minsan kasi ang freedom ay yung paggawa ng kahit ano man gusto nating gawin. Yun ang freedom. Depende kung ano yung gusto nating gawin. Kapag evil lang gusto natin, that is an abuse of freedom. Okay? So for example, ang freedom ay nakikita sa isang skilled person marunong tumugtog ng keyboard or piano, and he plays the piano with all freedom. Pero yung isang tao na hindi marunong, pwede siyang tumugtog ng piano, pero hindi maganda ang music. So freedom is the power. God has given us power, rooted in reason and will, given by God to act or not to act. Tulad ng ginagawa ninyo ngayon, nakikinig kayo o hindi. That is a sign of freedom to do this or to do that. And so to perform deliberate actions. No? Isang actions na gusto natin gawin, deliberate. Hindi ito yung wala kang alam or napipilitan ka on one's own responsibility. God willed that man should be left in the hand of his own counsel, so that he might on of his own accord seek his Creator. Kung tayo ay may mag-worship kay Lord, dapat na because of our freedom, no? Ayaw ng Diyos na napipilitan tayong magsamba sa Kanya and freely attain His full and blessed perfection by cleaving to Him. The more you cling to God, the freer you become. The more that you are far away from the Lord, the more unfree you are. Man is rational, no? Gumagamit ng reason, and therefore, like God, is created with free will and is master over his acts. Okay? By free will, one shapes one's own life. We shape our own life. Ang buhay natin ay hindi nandun sa magic crystal, no? Sa mahiwagang bola, no? Na nakadetermine na. No? It's our free will shape one's own life. Kung gusto, kayo ba ay magiging successful na tao someday, nasa free will ninyo. Human freedom is a force for growth and maturity in truth and goodness. Freedom characterizes properly human acts. Yan, di ba? Yung last lesson natin is about human acts. The more one does what is good, the freer one becomes. So pag ginagawa natin isang action na tama yung object, yung intention, yung circumstances, the freer one becomes. Freedom attains its proper perfection when it is directed toward God, the highest good and our beatitude. Kaya kung mas ang ating freedom ay geared, directed toward God, the freer we become. Freedom implies also the possibility of choosing between good and evil. The choice of evil is an abuse of freedom and leads to the slavery of sin. Akala natin na malaya tayo kasi gusto nating gumawa ng masama. Pero hindi pala ito pagiging isang malaya, kundi ito ay pagiging isang alipin sa kasalanan, sa paggamit ng ating kalayaan sa kasamaan o sa kasalanan. Sabi ni Pope Benedict XVI noong December 8, 2005, bago pa lang siyang naging Santo Papa sa taong ito, sabi niya, the person who abandons himself totally in God's hands does not become God's puppet, a boring yes man. He does not lose his freedom. Kapag ang isang tao, he abandons himself to God's hands. Only the person who entrusts himself totally to God finds true freedom. Now, take note of that. The great creative immensity of the freedom of good. The person who turns to God does not become smaller, but greater. For through God and with God, he becomes great. He becomes divine. He becomes truly himself. As long as freedom has not bound itself definitively to its ultimate good, which is God, there is a possibility of choosing between good and evil. Kaya sa ating buhay, ba't hindi pa tayo namamatay, there is always that possibility through our freedom, the choice between good and evil, and thus of growing in perfection or of failing and sinning. This freedom characterizes properly human acts. Is the basis of praise or blame, merit or reproach. There is no true freedom except in the service of what is good and just. Kasi tulad ng sabi ko kanina, no, agree ako sa sabi ni St. John Paul II, freedom is the power to do good. No? Dapat gamitin natin ang ating kalayaan sa paggawa ng kabutihan. We see this in addiction. For example, here a person sells his freedom to something that appears good to him. In reality, he becomes a slave. Man is freest when he's always able to say yes to the good. When no addiction, no compulsion, no habit prevents him from choosing and doing what is right and good. A decision in favor of the good is always a decision leading toward God. Kaya pag ikaw ay na-addict, no, para bang yung freedom mo ay medyo parang hindi masyado nagfa-function. Kaya dapat wala tayong mga addictions. Sabi nga ni St. Augustine na nabuhay noong 354 to 430 AD, the good man is free even if he is a slave. The evil man is a slave even if he is a king. Kaya yung totoong malaya ay mga mabubuting tao at ang mga taong masasama, hindi sila malaya. What is the relationship between freedom and responsibility? Freedom makes people responsible for their actions to the extent that they are voluntary. No? Even if the imputability and responsibility for an action can be diminished or sometimes cancelled by. Okay? So yan yung mga bagay-bagay na pwedeng medyo hindi tayo masyadong free, nakaka-lessen sa ating freedom, sa ating human acts. Ignorance. No? Pero may kasabihan, ignorance excuses no one. Pero ignorante ka. Inadvertence, hindi ka aware. Duress, bigay sabihin ng duress, you are forced, napipilitan ka. Fear, dahil sa takot. Inordinate attachments, ikaw ay na-addict, no? Habit, other psychological or social factors, no? For example, yung mga nagpapakamatay na, no? Dahil sa psychological factors, hindi nila alam ang kanilang ginagawa. Every act directly willed is imputable to its author. So, ano ibig sabihin ng imputability? The moral responsibility for one's human actions. A person is accountable to God only for his or her deliberate actions. They are acts performed with knowledge of what one is doing and with the consent of the will. In order to gauge the accountability of a particular action, one must consider the degree of deliberateness involved. Katignan natin ang human action ba, itong bata ba, ng ginawa na ito, yung kanyang paglalaslas, no? Ito ba talagang deliberate or ginawa niya ito dahil may psychological factor, no? Kaya minsan kahit na masama ang ginawa ng isang bata, dahil sa circumstances, pwede itong ma-diminished, ma-reduce, no? Because of yung freedom ay hindi masyadong free, no? If a person's knowledge of the nature of the act or his or her consent is diminished, the imputability will be lessened. Okay? Catholic moral theology recognizes 6 chief hindrances to full imputability. Kung minsan hindi full, partial lang. Ignorance, yan, fear, passion, habits, violence, and mental disorder. From the etymological meaning or the root word Latin, imputare, to consider, imputare, to bring a fault into the reckoning, to ascribe. An action can be indirectly voluntary. No? O pwede rin indirectly, hindi siya directly voluntary. Indirectly voluntary when it results from negligence regarding something one should have known or done. For example, an accident arising from ignorance of traffic laws. No? So, indirect voluntary. Dapat, alam niya dapat yan. No? Hindi siya pwede. Kaya nga mayroong mga driver's license. No? Kailangan alam nila yan, yung mga requisite knowledge. No? Okay? An effect can be tolerated without being willed by its agent. May mga ganitong mga circumstances. For instance, a mother's exhaustion from tending her sick child. Okay? A bad effect is not imputable if it was not willed either as an end or as a means of an action. So, ang bad effect ay hindi pwedeng imputable o responsibilidad ng gumawa kung hindi naman talaga ito ginusto. For example, a death a person incurs in aiding someone in danger. For example, yung fireman, no, dahil trabaho niya yun, no, sinave yung isang tao at siya yung namatay. Okay? So, or yung mayroon nalulunod, may nag-swim, sinave niya, tapos siya rin mismo ay nalunod. So, yun yung mga hindi niya naman talaga kasalanan. Okay? For a bad effect to be imputable, it must be foreseeable and the agent must have the possibility of avoiding it. No? Ginawa mo lahat. No? As in the case of manslaughter caused by a drunken driver. So, ito yung nakapatay dahil lasing, meron siyang kasalanan doon, no? Imputable pa rin, may imputability, may responsibility doon sa lasing na driver na merong nabangga at namatay. The right to the exercise of freedom, especially in moral and religious matters, is an inalienable requirement of the dignity of the human person. This right must be recognized and protected by civil authority within the limits of the common good and public order. So meron tayong basic freedom yung sa moral and religious matters. Dapat na ito ay igalang ng gobyerno. Authentic freedom, therefore, involves, first of all, freedom from everything that opposes our true self-becoming with others in community. Such, for example, are interior obstacles like ignorance or our disordered passions, fears, personality defects, bad habits, prejudices, or psychological disturbances. Okay, so yan dapat ang una nating freedom from interior obstacles and exterior forces such as violent force or even the threat of violence. These impediments to authentic freedom are commonly traced to 3 sources. Una yung biological, which include inherited handicaps and defects as well as external substances like drugs. psychological or interior compulsions, including those originating in the unconscious. No? Minsan yung freedom natin, hindi natin alam. No? And social pressures, such as the many economic, political, and cultural obstacles which impede the right to freedom. Yung example ko noon nung last video natin, yung isang estudyanteng nagnanakaw sa canteen, no? Ilang beses siyang ginagawa. Tignan niyo yung circumstance niya dahil iniwan siya ng tatay, iniwan ng nanay, tapos meron pa sa genes niya na na-inherit niya maybe sa tatay niya, ang kanyang pagkaloko-loko. And then, dahil siya ay binubuli ng classmates. So ito yung mga nagdi-diminish sa kanyang freedom, sa kanyang imputability. Kaya huwag tayo masyadong mag-judge immediately kahit na masama ang ginawa ng isang tao, pero pwede itong ma-lessen, no? Kasi hindi siya masyadong malaya. All these factors diminish our freedom. Hindi naman to tinatanggal pero it diminishes. And thus moral imputability and our responsibility ay nag-diminish din. But the greatest single obstacle to authentic freedom is sin. Liberation to true freedom means first and foremost, liberation from the radical slavery of sin. Kaya ang tunay na kalayaan ay kalayaan natin mula sa kasalanan. Freedom for. Kanina, ang pinag-aralan natin ay freedom from. Okay, freedom from. So ngayon naman, pag-aralan natin yung freedom for. Para saan pa ang freedom natin? But this freedom from is obviously directed towards second freedom. The more important freedom for. Beyond being liberated from all the obstacles to authentic freedom is the freedom for growing as full persons and children of God. Kaya ng purpose ng freedom natin, magiging anak ng Diyos, sharing in the life of Christ, our liberator, through His Spirit. It is the freedom found in authentic love. Of this many-sided freedom, we treat only of the personal dimension here. Its social dimensions are explained in the next chapter, in the next lesson. Two levels of the individual person's freedom for stand out. Number one, the freedom of choice, by which I direct my moral acts. And number two, the fundamental freedom of my very self. In the first level, we have the freedom to choose to act in this or that way, to do good or evil. But by consistently choosing how our personal freedom for is both process and a task, through our free choices, striving to overcome the obstacles from within and without, we gradually towards authentic, mature, fundamental freedom. Okay? Kung nakikita ninyo ngayon ng record nito ay nasa Manila ako. So ngayon, natapos natin ang freedom. Isang lesson na naman sa marami pa natitirang minutes. Tulad ng last video natin, ito ay bababa natin ang knowledge na ito sa ating buhay. No? Kayong mga estudyante, grade 10 and 10A and 10B, St. Thomas Aquinas or St. Dominic of Savio, you have freedom. No? Ngayon ay ina-apply ninyong freedom ninyo kung nakikinig kayo or nanonood kayo sa video presentation na ito. So sabi nga doon, the more you use your freedom for goodness, mas nagiging free kayo. Pero pag ginagamit niyo ang freedom ninyo sa kasamaan, mas nagiging alipin kayo ng kasalanan. Okay? So minsan, tulad ng ating lesson kanina, maraming mga dahilan kung naman minsan yung freedom natin ay hindi siya masyadong full. No? Ito ay na-diminish na mga several factors. No? For example, yung nangyayari sa pamilya ninyo, minsan ay broken families, na may problema sa pamilya, kuminsan ito ay nakaka-diminish ng ating imputability o responsibility natin sa isang human action. Pero sana kayong mga grade 10A and 10B na may mga pagsubok, may mga pinagdadaanan sa buhay sa kanilang pamilya, sana ma-process ninyong sarili ninyo at maging free pa rin kayo, no? Sana magamit pa rin yung kalayaan sa pagkamit ng iyong ambisyon sa buhay. Alam ko minsan napakahirap abutin ang mga ambisyon natin dahil sa mga problema natin sa pamilya. But with God's grace, we can be free and decide for our faith, decide for the future of our life. Maybe mag-question kayo, Father, yung mga naglalaslas, yun ba isang expression ng kanilang kalayaan? Sabi nga natin kanina na ang paggawa ng kasamaan ay hindi actually kalayaan. Ito ay abuso ng ating kalayaan. Minsan yung mga naglalaslas, no? Sabi nga natin, were they really free, Father, to do those things, no? I believe na hindi sila totally free o merong imputability o responsibility sa kanilang human actions. Pero hindi ko naman sinasabi na walang masama sa kanilang ginawa, pero naintindihan natin na hindi sila masyadong free sa kanilang ginagawa. Maybe ginagawa nila yon sa kanilang problema sa tahanan, sa kanilang mga magulang, at marami pang mga factors kung bakit nila ginawa yun. Maybe ang question ninyo, di ba, Father, ang pinaglaban ng ating mga ninuno ay kalayaan mula sa Espanya, mula sa Amerikano, mula sa Hapon. Yes, no? Kailangan natin yung ganong freedom, no, sa ating sariling bansa. Ito ay importante. Pero sabi nga ng lesson natin, kahit nakakulong tayo, ay pwede pa rin tayong maging malaya, no? At kuminsan kahit malaya tayo, minsan parang nakakulong pa rin tayo sa marami mga factors, no? Kaya sabi nga doon, a good man is free even if he's poor, and an evil man is a slave even though he is a king or he is a rich man. So ang goodness, ang pagiging mabait, pagiging mabuti, pagiging banal, ayan ay isang sign or symbol, manifestation ng isang malayang tao. Kaya tinatanong ko kayo, my dear grade 10A, 10B, are you really free? Malaya ba kayo? At ang isang pamantayan para malaman ninyong malaya kayo kung kayo gumagawa ng mga kabutihan. Pero kung gumagawa kayo ng masama, ibig sabihin, hindi kayo masyadong malaya. Kahit na natamasa na natin mula sa ating mga ninuno ang kalayaan natin dito sa Pilipinas. Maybe mga ilan sa mga estudyante nagsasabi, nabuti pa sila, Father, yung mga ganyang mga estudyante, malaya silang gawin ang gusto nila, kahit na magdamag sila mag-cellphone, Father. Ang napaka-stricto naman ng mga magulang namin na may curfew hanggang alas 10 ng gabi lang ang cellphone, bawal lalabas paggabi, no? Hindi kami pwedeng mag-boyfriend or girlfriend, na marami mga do's and don'ts, no? Buti pa sila, Father, mas malaya sila. Pero yun nga, no? Malaya ba talaga sila yung gagawin nilang gusto nilang gawin? Okay lang kung kabutihan, no? Pero kung masamang kanilang ginagawa ay hindi talaga silang malaya. Kung minsan tayo ay bata pa lang, grade 10A, 10B, minsan may mga do's and don'ts, no? Para ito ay huhubugin tayo balang araw para gamitin natin yung kalayaan natin ng mabuti para sa kabutihan. Kaya dito sa ating lesson ng freedom, no, kailangan meron rin mga laws, mga batas, no? And then meron tayong conscience. Yung conscience kasi yung personal na will of God para sa iyo, sa napakaraming choices ng goodness. No? So ano talaga yung pipiliin mo? So sa ating buhay, we have to use our freedom. At sana kabutihan ang paggamit natin sa ating kalayaan. Alam ba ninyo ng freedom sa Spanish ay libertad, no? Or sa French is liberté, kay Statue of Liberty na nasa Amerika, no? So alam ba ninyo sa France, no? From the French Revolution na create yung liberté, equality, fraternité. No? Liberty, equality, and fraternity. Mahalaga naman talaga ang liberty, ang freedom. Kaya yung mga communist, mga dictatorial, no, mga makasing gobyerno ay para bang kinakartel ang ating freedom ay hindi magandang lipunan. Kaya kahit na nag-risk ang Panginoon sa pagbigay sa atin ng freedom, no, kasi pwede natin gamitin yung freedom natin sa masama. Pero that is a sign of being a man, no? Yan ang masarap sa isang tao na pag tayo ay magsamba sa Panginoon, hindi tayo napipilitan, kundi ginamit natin yung ating kalayaan sa paggawa ng tama, sa paggawa ng kabutihan, at sa paglapit sa Panginoon. Sa mga tao, minsan, sabi nga ng lesson natin, ba't hindi pa tapos ang buhay natin, there's a struggle, there's a battle of how we use our freedom for God or for evil. Kaya napaka-importante yung last point of our life. Sana yung last point of our life is we have chosen the Lord. So sa tao, pwedeng mag-repent. Pero sa mga angels, no, once they had chosen, only once. So tignan yung mga demons, mga devils, si Satanas, si Lucifer, they had chosen the wrong path, the dark side. And yung mga loyal, mga faithful angels like the holy guardian angels, the archangels, had chosen God. So the more you choose, the more you choose goodness, my dear students, no, mas madali na sa last point ng buhay mo, you will choose good. Pero kapag ikaw ay nasanay na mapumili ng masama, I think mahihirapan ka sa pagpili ng kabutihan sa last moment ng buhay mo. Kaya sana, my dear students, you do good, no? Lahat ay goodness. Yung masama ay huwag niyong gawin. Dapat yung mabuti because that is the proper use of one's freedom. Ngayon, punta tayo ngayon sa ating reflection questions like the last video. So let us reflect on this statement. Ang kalayaan ay paggawa ng kahit anong gusto kong gawin. So comment ka, do you agree or do you disagree? Sa kalayaan ay paggawa ng kahit anong gusto kong gawin. Ito man ay mabuti o masama, basta gusto kong gawin. Yun ang kalayaan. Pag hindi ko na pwedeng gawin ang gusto kong gawin, masama pa o mabuti, hindi na ako malaya. So reflect on that based on the learnings that you had in this video presentation. Thank you and have a nice day. So the teacher facilitator may now post this video so that this question is posted on the screen for the students to write the reflection in one whole sheet of paper.